Welcome, everybody. I'm Mama G,
I'm Nate.
and welcome to 850 Casual Combo. We're going to be talking about everything that we have strong feelings about. Some things you'll agree with us, some things you won't. But guess what? It's how we feel about it.
Right.
And we don't care about what you think. How about that? So, Nate.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to start off like that. I know I'm your mama, but listen. Let's really give the casual combo.
Okay.
All right. I know
Okay.
you came to me just a while ago. You were talking about Deion Sanders.
Correct.
He's pissing you off.
Everybody else, feel the same.
Why
way.
is he pissing you off?
Because this job jumping that's going on, it doesn't really sit well with me. But I understand. He said, "Look, it's either you get terminated or elevated." So
Yeah.
I don't blame him. But you brought all these recruits in Colorado. You paid them money.
Right.
They chose you. They could have been spotted to somebody else.
I get what you're saying.
He
I
even
get
said
what
that
you're
in
saying.
his recent video.
But we also got to give it to him. It is his job to recruit. And you also got to know that we are in a society where job hopping is the norm. That's how you do elevate. Now, let me ask you one question, and I'm not trying to be on the racist side or anything of that sort. So help me understand. If he was a white college coach, would he still get the same scrutiny as, him being a black college coach?
I say he would, but it depends on the situation, though. In the college game, there's no loyalty. Absolutely no loyalty.
So why are we coming down hard on Coach Prime because he's making the moves that he wants to? This dude has already done his time. He's shown and proved his skills. Yes, he's on a whole coaching new level, but at this point in junction in his life, he can do what the heck you want to do.
Yeah, he can, but he even said that I don't want to coach grown man. No, absolutely not. I'm not coaching the NFL. That was his own words, right?
Okay, but so nobody can go back on their word.
But how's that going to look at your, your character? How is that going to your image?
I think Prime is a point in time in his life. His word is his bond. Every time he say he's going to do something, he does it. But here's my thing: if he want to flop, it's okay. It's human. Everybody, we all have our different passions and things that we want to do in our lives, and we change our minds often. Yeah. So why are we not treating him like a human? Is it because he's prime time? What is it?
No, it's not personal. He has to do what's best for him and his family. He said before he makes any decisions, he thinks about his sons, quote unquote. So I get it. He wants to coach his sons.
Right.
Let your sons go be grown and do whatever they want to do.
Okay. Let's talk about the son portion, right?
That's a good conversation to have right there. Interesting, actually.
It's a very interesting conversation because I understand as a parent you want to be there with your kid, and he has even a more tighter bond with his sons because he's been the coach since day one. He's been dad since day one. But I think it's time for a pivot. I think it's time for a pivot to allow for them to blossom, to be up on a different tutelage or different leadership to see how, they will develop that character. He's giving them the tools. Let's see if they can withstand the next level of professional ball. And I do feel like maybe he need to fall back, but at the end of the day, it is a business.
It is a business, and that's what he's all about.
It's a business. It's a family branding business.
It is.
And I can understand where he is going to keep that just airtight. And I ain't mad at him for doing it because it's a business. Everywhere that dude walk is money. Money's just thrown every freaking where. I ain't mad at him. You have to be radical in the things that you do because you can't be a common Joe. You cannot, because common people ain't going to follow common people. You have to have radical, I ain't going to say extremists, but those that are optimistic about wanting to be something, do something, and change the climate and just change the world, that see things totally different. So I ain't mad at him. Some of the things come off as a bit petty-minded, selfish, but it's through his lens.
Yeah,
Let him walk his life.
Yeah, but What do you think about him going to Dallas, though? You agree with that or no?
I don't know much about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. I really truly do not like the NFL league at this period of time. You know, the game has changed a great deal, and I just can't follow it. You know, I was born in 1978. You know, watching football in the 90s was just rewarding. Now it's like nothing to me really truly. It don't entertain me anymore. So it's washed up, washed down. I don't know what it is. It just does nothing for me anymore. Would Prime be able to bring that back to the league for me? I don't think so. Not with the Cowboys.
I doubt it, but not just with the Cowboys, but it's hard on these coaches now because these players make more than what they make. More than what coaches make.
Yeah.
So, job number one is make sure everybody buys in. Make sure they listen.
You can't make somebody buy in.
You can't. But, you know, Coach Prime never coached on that level. And he said that he didn't want to coach grown men for a reason. For a reason, he didn't want to coach them.
So there you go again. You holding that man to what he said, what, a year ago? Was that a year ago when he said that?
Yeah, it was a year ago. He said he's standing firm on it. He was standing firm on what he said. I don't want to coach in the NFL. I don't want to coach grown men. I want to coach boys and bring them up to men. That's what he said.
Okay, I understand he said that, and I think a lot of people are holding his feet to the fire, but you can change your mind. I do understand your view of him staying at CU just another year to solidify his collegiate skill set. I get that part. But I feel like Prime is at a part in his life. He ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. He does things radically. And can I be mad? No. Can somebody else do it? No. But he's the man of this dang on game, right?
Correct.
He's the staple of the NFL to a certain degree. So I can't be mad. I can't be mad.
I can't. But I would like for him to stay another year.
I think majority of people want to see him stay another year because just like you said before, he recruited all these really good recruits. Exactly. And how they're going to feel, you know, they come all the way to CU, especially the ones from Florida go to CU.
Oh, yeah.
Like would have never thought about going to CU to play ball. They're there and now he's leaving?
Yeah, that's...
So tell me this.
We can't call Deion a hypocrite, right? That'd be wrong of us to call him that after what he said about coaching in the NFL. But another point, he said he wants to build something in Colorado. He said he wants to build on it. You know, what
you don't think that he changed the game for CU?
Oh, absolutely. Even the 4-8 season, he changed them financially.
So for a second year, what you think he can possibly do? That's going to be different.
Like expectation-wise?
Yeah.
Winning-wise?
Yeah.
Is win the Big 12. Win the Big 12.
With a whole new team, almost. That's starting from ground zero, right?
Yeah. If Coach Prime legit, they're going to win the Big 12. Can he do it without his sons?
How can you guarantee that he's going to win and it's a brand new freaking team? It took them 2 years to get where they are right now. What were they, 12-3?
What, second year?
Second year.
9-4.
9-4. You think that they're going to be able to get to that again this coming season?
Personally, it's too early to tell. It's way too early to tell. Spring football has.
But why do we have that expectation, though?
Okay. Before he got there, they were 1-11. 4-8. 9-4. Now the expectation now, Big 12, college football playoffs. I'm not saying win it, but contend for a title.
The dude came in and did his thing.
He did. He
Let's
did
be
at Jackson
real.
State too.
Let's be real. What more do you want? What more do you want
Loyalty,
from me?
Coach Prime. Loyalty.
He owes no one owes anybody loyalty.
You're right.
Where's this old mentality coming from? It's a freaking job. The millenniums right now. What's you Gen? What are you Gen Z?
I think so.
I don't know what y'all call right about now, but y'all don't go to a job, y'all don't stay, you get what you go for, and you're out. And then you go into the next salary level, compensation. You just keep climbing. Just because this dude is old, you don't think he has that same type of mentality that he wants to grow.
It's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it.
Life ain't promised. Yeah. This dude already has his own sets of health issues. Yeah. Do what you want to do. And guess what? If you make a muck of it, that's on you. But everybody literally have to do what's best for them. I know that their kids freshly coming to see you. I know that they have expectations. I know that they, if he was to leave, a whole lot of people will drag him through the mud.
I mean, they kind of did at Jackson State.
Okay, but Jackson State wasn't paying the dude his money.
They weren't paying. They were stealing from him. Remember that?
So guess what?
Understandable.
It's time to cut ties.
It's time.
Ain't no mingling going on no more. It's time to cut ties. I'm out. See you. But as far as CU, let's just say if he was to leave and go, even if he don't go to the Dallas Cowboys, I thought it was talks that CU could not give him what he was asking as far as his contract.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, last I heard they were still in talks, but Rick George he's gonna have to risk it again.
Up the ante.
This is going to show how much they care about Deion.
I wonder if they recouped enough money to offer him a handsome, type of contract, to keep him there, because I really feel like the AD has got to get that man what he's worth.
Yes.
Just to hear how he changed the economy for CU.
Boulder.
I ain't gonna lie, a whole lot of black people all up in Boulder.
Yeah, I mean, that's good though.
Woo, God.
More money.
And it's a beautiful city.
And we were gonna go to the game if Deion's still there.
Yeah. But now you saying you don't want to go because you don't know what he's gonna do.
Exactly, and a lot of fans feel that way.
Yeah,
lots of fans.
It's a tough situation right about now because that dude is probably mixed with so many different feelings. He's not married. He's an empty nester now. Who is he going to go to see you and see his children in? It's tough. It's a really tough one. And I back him wherever he goes because I like his person. One thing that I like about Coach Prime is, and you don't see this too often, I worked in government for over 16 years. I supported 2 different governors. And it was very rare to see an African American have mentees to bring them up along the way. You see some black lobbyists, but it's not like you see them teaching, another African American, just bringing them into, a new environment, teaching them how to, I ain't gonna say will and deal, but how to carry yourself, just being a mentor. And Deion Sanders has done that. I saw that in him when he first arrived at CU, and I think he was doing it at Jackson State. It's just sometimes you don't see that often where African American male is bringing his community with him. He's a community person. I'm a community person. I'm a doula myself. So I believe in strengthening my community, because when you strengthen your community, guess what? What things are going to change? The world changes. So for a guy that can come in and bring his community and push the organization upward, I can fall behind. I cannot look at that guy, as being perfect, because no one is perfect. Why are we asking for him to be superhuman? He got a mouth on him. We get that part. And some of that stuff he asked for because he's so buoyant. He's so flamboyant. But see, sometimes you can take that flamboyancy to be arrogant. But his arrogance, he feels that it's confidence. So each person has to really build up their own self, and that's just the type of personality that he is. That's why people love him so much, because of his mouth, because of his arrogance, because of his authority that he has on his own life. And that's powerful.
It is.
You know, some people can look at it like, okay, you got all that talk. We're going to see if you can walk the walk. Oh, you failed. Oh, okay, just what I thought. Shut up sometime, you know. But again, I don't think no one can really stop that guy from talking. But I know a lot of people are going to be truly upset.
Yeah. Most of the players, I feel bad for the players at Colorado right now. I really do. You know, especially their new quarterbacks, Juju Lewis and Salter.
So tell me this, where else could they have possibly gone?
Who?
Juju and Salter.
See, Juju, he decommitted from USC, thinking that he can probably be a
I'd be pissed.
Starter.
I can get his pissivity.
No, only good thing, he did get his money though. He did get his NIL. But Salter, he's on a one year deal with Colorado. It's a make or break a year for him to go to the league.
So this was a plus for him.
It was.
Juju, we don't really know if that's a plus or not, because the college that he committed to the first time could have been potentially, good for him too.
But there's already big shoes for him to fill though, with Shador leaving. Maybe that's why.
Okay,
kind of nervous.
Don't get me talking about Shador. Shador is an average quarterback. I didn't see anything spectacular.
Really?
In regards to his skills and ability, I do believe he needs to work a little bit more on his IQ, being a quarterback, because you got to be able to scan. You need to be able to know where your player is. You need to practice everything that you practice, you need to execute every time. And it just was not happening. With so many people just so pissed. You can just watch YouTube and you can hear people say, throw the ball.
Yeah. He's known to stat pat. You know what that means? His percentages, he doesn't
backpedaling, popping. That's what he was doing.
He needs to throw that ball away before he goes to the NFL.
What we say, every time we see him, we say, back, fourth and four.
He runs around so much and it goes nowhere. It goes very bad for him. Loss of 20. It doesn't help your team. Mm-mm. Okay? And we had Mata as our kicker, and his range was short. So if Shador takes a sack, we lose points.
Yeah, Mata chick.
Okay.
We need to get him on that meal plan. And, we need to figure out what's going on. Them legs ain't getting up all the way because of them chimichurris.
With that size, he should be kicking 50 yards, right? But, question for you. Do you see Shador going number one over Cam Ward?
Like you say, it's two different quarterbacks. It's two different styles. Mm-hmm. Okay, but at the end of the day, are we talking about skills? Let's talk about them skills. Let's talk about that IQ. Okay, let's talk about that sharp. Being able to adapt.
What people don't know is they get trained by the same quarterback coach.
Okay, and what's your point?
Skill set is similar. Decision making slightly different. I give Cam Ward with the timing and decisions. Shador has a hold on to the ball problem, and once that problem is fixed, I feel like Shador can be elite.
But how can it be fixed? And it's been like this for years.
It can be fixed. If he takes a hit in the NFL, it'll be fixed. It'll be fixed.
It'll be confusion. It'll be instant confusion.
He'll be alert.
Okay, now I ain't gonna talk bad about nobody, so you ain't gonna get me to do that. Talk about somebody's kid.
But now, Prime might be going to the Cowboys, so that's a situation to keep an eye on. What are they gonna do with Dak Prescott? Are they gonna trade him away for Shador? Is Jerry Jones willing to do that?
Well, so back to what you were just saying. I remember seeing Stephen A. on his show where he was talking about Shador would not be able to withstand the hits of those NFL players. It's just not going to work. He got to put on some weight. Mm-hmm. He got to be able to move out the pocket. Them knees need to be moving, okay? Them legs got to go. I do believe maybe Shador switching over to new coaching may help him.
Without his dad, right?
Yeah.
So that means going to the Titans or Browns was most likely he's going to land with the Browns, which his dad said he's going to block that.
Who has really been successful with the Browns? I think Watson could have, but he's just a complete idiot.
That too, and he can't stay healthy. He's just not consistent. They even tried out Winston for a few games. Didn't work out. The older quarterback. Didn't work out. So they're in a situation right now. If Shador says no, who else? Who else?
Has that ever happened for the top draftee to say, nope, I ain't going?
I think it probably happened for Drew Brees, Eli Manning situation. I can't remember what happened with that. I think that's...
Okay, but a black dude.
See, no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Have several seats.
Exactly.
You want to go sit at the house? Let me stop.
Let's be clear. Cam Ward's going number one.
So if Cam Ward goes number one, so that means he'll be going to the Browns?
No. Cam Ward will be going to the Titans.
So the Titans has the number one pick.
Right, and they're in need for a quarterback desperately.
So why would you think Cam Ward would go ahead of Shador?
Stats, mobility. I think it's Shador performance in the Alamo Bowl really killed his draft stock tremendously. I can agree. I was there at the game. I was there. His decision making was very horrible. I would wish that he would have sat out that game, just like Cam Ward did. He played for a half and sat down.
Oh, wait. Let me get on this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry to stop you. Why is it that they drug Cam Ward through the mud when he only played half of the game? Now he's looking better than Shador. Shador went to the Alamo Bowl and made a full mockery of the game altogether. But before the Alamo Bowl, Shador was the top pick. What was the pivot? What was the change? That was one game, Alamo game, that really made Shador look horribly bad.
He did look bad.
I
look bad, out of character.
But one game, now all of a sudden he's the number two.
That's because the Titans, quote unquote, love Cam Ward. Things can always change.
Why they love him?
According to reports, they love Ward's play style. His calmness in the pocket. Credit to Miami's O-line, which was better than Colorado's O-line.
But they got the same quarterback coach though.
Still.
What Cam is doing
behind that O-line.
Okay, but Cam had a better O-line than CU. I mean
look at the clips. Cam Ward is calm. I've never seen a quarterback that calm behind an O-line.
Okay, so let's switch them up. If Cam was over at CU and Shador was over at UM.
Interesting. I think Shador will take the number one because he'll have more time to think. Shador needs an O-line. If he goes to the NFL, he needs a superior O-line. He needs it.
We saw a little bit of Cam scrambling a little bit too now. So let's be real and honest.
And he made plays.
He
didn't take sacks for loss of 20, 30 yards.
So that's why I sort of kind of feel like Shador has to have a new type of training, new type of coach, and even down to the quarterback coach. Seek a new one because now it's time to change your mindset, principles, your style.
Absolutely.
It's time to perfect. It's time for perfection now. Who's going to take him to that next level?
See, I would love for him to go to the Raiders, right? But the Raiders are picking 8th. And they were tanking, but they won a few games, so that kind of messed them up. I would love him to go to Raiders because they had Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady and Shador, lovely mix. But
I think that Tom Brady is going to slap Shador right in the mouth.
As he should.
That's what I feel like. Maybe if that was to happen, Tom Brady is going to show Shador some tough love that he's never done before. Is he going to break? Is he going to crumble? Because think about it, Shador's been pulling strings the way he wants to, the way he wanted to at CU. So under a new coach, under new management, how is that going to look for him?
If he doesn't go to the Raiders with Tom Brady? Or
Even
anywhere?
Anywhere for that matter.
He's going to be coachable. How are you going to take advice and it's not from your dad?
I don't know.
Since he picked up a football, he's been coached from his dad. So this is a big adjustment, and this is going to show how much of
But
the
I thought
maturity.
Texas Tech coach Shador at one point in time. Or was that Shallow?
It might have been Charlotte, but I think that coach was on the staff. I don't think he was the head coach.
Okay.
But still. Shador has to be open-minded, mature,
right,
and willing to change and listen.
Well, guess what? The verdict is still out on that. Yeah. The last conversation I heard from Shador when he was talking to Bucky is he's basically saying what will be, and everything is going to work out for the greater good. And I do like that he has that mentality. He's going with the wind, but make sure, you secure your bag, you do what's best for you. And hopefully we'll see how things pan out. Mm-hmm. So,
this next few days, few months will be very interesting.
The draft is?
April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's plenty of time to go back and forth.
Plenty
but
of time.
They need to be working.
Yeah.
Shifting the conversation to another CU player. Did you hear that LaJohntay did not get a invite to the combine?
Whoa, that's news. He didn't?
That's what they said.
Did they say why?
Heck if I know.
Oh, wow. What?
Heck if I know. Jimmy Horn did.
Jimmy Horn did because his game-changing speed.
Well, he really wasn't in the game that often.
Injuries.
But I really, truly feel like Horn is a secret weapon.
He is.
For the right team. Of course, he's going to have to gain some weight, too.
Oh, not too much now, but enough weight to, go to the league. But I have him going 6th, 7th round. But if he doesn't get drafted, I will want him to go to the Chiefs.
Oh, that'll be a treat.
I would want him to go to an organization that will take care of him.
Mentor.
Look after him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him going to any Florida franchises right now.
You're talking about your famous
we're not
Jacksonville Jags.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him going there. I wouldn't want him going to Miami. I would want him going to Kansas City where he has Mahomes. He has Andy Reid. He has a good front office that will put him in a position to succeed because it's in him.
Yeah.
I've never seen that speed ever.
Well, let's just hope that it can be used to his advantage.
Absolutely.
Someone will have, that open armness to just give him a chance and shot and opportunity.
But yeah, Wester not getting an invite is kind of a shocker to me because he's probably one of the best wide receivers.
Well, I wonder why he didn't get the invite. Only because you think maybe, he came into the limelight, into the spotlight a little late.
Not really. No, he was doing his thing at Florida Atlantic. Some people didn't really know him until he got to Colorado because all eyes on Colorado. But
he did his thing at CU.
He was doing his thing at FAU.
So maybe he don't have the right agent. Maybe he need to give it that cash money. He need to get with Lil Wayne.
Solomon Craig signed there actually.
Yep. So Simon Craig. Who else?
Travis Hunter signed with him.
Hunter.
That's all I know. A few different players.
And your boy.
Was it Shadozi?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But yeah, Webster, he's still gonna get drafted in a high round. I don't care what slice this.
Hey, so is LeBron James agent, like, that's his best friend, right?
Who? LeBron James' agent?
Uh-huh.
I'm not too sure.
I can't remember if it was like one of his childhood best friends that's his agent. But why would they not seek him out? You know, like, to be an agent
For who? The players?
Yeah, NFL.
Interesting. I just think they chose Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne was very active. You know, supporting Colorado.
But Lil Wayne don't know much about this stuff. Right?
Lil Wayne. This is Lil Wayne's company. This is not Lil Wayne. It's Lil Wayne's management company.
Okay, but what does he know about being
an
agent?
It doesn't matter. If I'm a rapper, I'm gonna have, it's an extra financial venue for him. So
he's hiring good lawyers
to do this. The group already has good lawyers ready. It's just like a record label, but it's for sports. It's a sports agency group.
So maybe that's why he was at the Heisman ceremony.
Yeah, but he walked the team out more than once, right? Mm-hmm. Even the 4-8 season.
At the beginning, yeah.
He walked them out. So his relationship with Coach Prime is good too, I will hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's no surprise.
He was like the first person to do like the team speech, right? When, yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrity team speech or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, I wish the best for the former players.
Oh, yeah. They even said in the Hulu Bowl, the two players that stood out was Mayer.
Justin Mayer.
And
Sadozi. Nwoku.
Yeah, I can't even say his name. Get right. Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't really see much of Mayer presence. During the season.
He was serviceable.
Okay.
Sometimes he did look like he get pushed around sometimes, but that can be fixed. He has
no one praised him any.
I mean, if your name's not called, that means you're doing something good, right? You're not holding, you're not.
But we've never ever
starts.
We've never ever seen on any of the episodes where they highlighted this dude. He wasn't a prime favorite.
I mean, if he was mentioned, he wasn't mentioned for the wrong reasons. Let's just put it that way. He wasn't jumping. He wasn't holding. Well, that O-line was.
But the
O-line was better. The O-line was better, but it wasn't consistent. Mm-hmm. But it was better than 4-8 because Shador couldn't stand up for half the game.
I just hate to say that the first year of CU with Prime being there, I couldn't really see much of a difference of the second year.
Offense got way better. Defense got
he's
better.
Okay, but he's been getting sacked almost the same amount of times. You don't think?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
4-8, he got sacked way too many times.
I think the second year, Shador learned how to get out the pocket and run and move.
What choice did he have to do it? What choice? But he's been given more time to do what he has to do this year.
I'm so sorry. It's just like whenever I see another college team play ball and I just sit and study the quarterback, I see how the quarterback can just scan his players. You can see where the practice is coming into play. Like that they ran that play like 10 times and boom, he connected with his player. I don't see that with CU. I didn't see that with CU. I know we saw in Bucky's well-off that they were practicing these plays 24/7. But when it was game time, it's like nobody was in place, or I don't know what the situation was. It was just straight chaos. I mean, so much congestion down the lanes, and I was confused.
I think it's because you brought up to me that Shador likes to change his own plays at the last minute. I think that has to come into play too, because Shador was like, "No, Travis, get ready. I'm throwing it to you." Mm-hmm. Shador already knows who he's going to throw it to before he snaps that ball. But if Travis not getting open, he's going to hold that ball. Mm-hmm. He's going to try to make sure Travis gets that ball. If it takes him losing 20, 30 yards, he's going to do it. he's going to do it. If LeJohntay needs to get open, he see him trying to get open, he going to hold it. But you got to think about your O-line. How long can they hold up for?
What type of malarkey is this? I don't know what's going on.
And the O-line took criticism. But sometimes it's Shador that's holding this ball too long. There's only so much to
like
do.
Cordell Stewart said in one of his interviews, you need to just focus on playing the ball. If they get the ball, they're there where they're supposed to be, that's what the play is. Not necessarily looking out for somebody and setting someone up. Play the ball. You've been having difficulties before. But hey, that could just be a CU interpersonal personnel game plan that they have. But stick to what the game is right now. You know, I don't know. It was so much. We were taking on a wild ride.
But beginning of the season, we thought Pat Shermer wasn't it for this team. We thought Pat Shermer was calling the same plays. His play calling was very hard at the beginning of the year. Can you agree? That's what he's known for in the NFL. You know, his play calling got him in
I can't
trouble.
say if it's him or if it's the players. They may have not watched enough of film to make those plays complete and being consistent. I cannot say.
So you saying it could be Shador?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this year is going to prove a lot to him.
Oh my!
Pat does not have Shador this year. He has a quarterback that likes to run.
Okay, let me ask you a question real quick.
We're going to see who fall it is.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think those coaches feel a lot better since prime kids are gone?
I could say that offensively wise. Yes.
Because think about it. Shador he was jacking stuff up left and right. And if he was on any other team, he would have got sat down. But guess what?
Sat down.
Yeah, the coaches couldn't say, hey, go have a seat, son. You ain't ready yet. They didn't have that total authority to do their job because they didn't want to offend their boss. They didn't want to get fired for that.
They didn't want to get fired. They did not want to get fired. That's hard.
That's a tough situation. But now I sort of kind of feel like they have open reins now. Now we can really probably truly see Pat, possibly getting into some type of normalcy and not having, all this pressure, so to speak. You don't think so?
Yeah, I think so. Pat can really do what he needs to do now.
Yeah.
Because the running game, we got to see if Flea comes back, which I doubt, and I really don't want Flea to come back because this running game had enough time to get better, and it hasn't. It hasn't. Not at all.
I don't have no comment on that one.
Not at all. I think everybody can agree. He had no time to get.
This is all hypothetical talk because we don't know what restrictions, what was said in the background, what was told, what was on the memos. I mean,
there's no excuse. The only category that didn't get better was the running game, and Flea has to be held accountable. There's no reason we should be last in running. No way.
I mean, like I said, this it's been wild. It's been really wild.
Yeah, so a lot of tournament events, but these next few days will be very important regarding Deion and the Cowboys head coach search, which they still have to interview other coaches in this process. But right now, as we speak, Deion is the favorite to land the Cowboys job after Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys part ways. So we'll keep you guys updated on.
Yeah, stick with us. Stay with us. Mm-hmm. We have so much more conversation, casual conversations to talk about. And make sure you comment below, subscribe. Mm-hmm. We want to hear, your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. But you'll hear more from us, and we thank you so much for listening to us. If you gotten to the end of this episode, we thank you so much.